Szewczaks. It's me, Maja Szewczak. Can you see this here? Because in today's video, we're doing dollhouse ceilings with a leafy theme. So we are going to show you different life hacks for doll ceilings, even though this here is a window of a basement. So we're going to start with making a ceiling for the basement. Okay, here is my ceiling cut out. I recommend you cut it out of cardboard before attaching it because ceilings are awkward to work with for dollhouses. If you don't use the ceiling, just the angles are awkward unless you use a piece of cardboard for it. So that's it for the basement room. We're going to use this side for the ceiling, and I want a leafy theme today, like in leaves. So the first hack we're going to do is we are going to make an apple ceiling lamp. So there would be an apple lamp. I have these beads. They're transparent. That's pink, that's purple, that used to be purple, but I've colored it orange. So we're going to make a light that is shaped like an apple out of it. So I'm measuring where do I want the light to come through it. And I want it to be here. However, with LED lights, I would have to set it up right accordingly to the dollhouse, and I may have to modify the dollhouse for LED lights. Like this is cardboard, but still, the materials the dollhouse is made out of, please take it to consideration so you will know what should you do if you want to insert the LED lights thing into it. So the reason why you want to pick a transparent bead for the LED lights, because look, transparent beads can do this while opaque ones can't. We're going to use it. The heart shape has been cut out. Now I'm going to stitch it on and turn it into an apple. I have stitched the bead onto the cardboard here, and the LED lights, I like the effect. So now I'm going to add features to it to make it look like an apple. So cardboard cutout and beads are a good option for dollhouse ceilings with lights in them. However, make sure you have the proper hardware for it, like the LED lights. And make sure your dollhouse has the materials, like made of the materials that work for the LED lights. To make the bead apple shaped, I've used brown beads. I've made sure they were transparent brown beads, but we're going to just check that with LED lights to make sure. How do you glow? So, just the bottom part of the apple stem lights up, but not this one. However, it's fine. The main focus is the apple fruit, the part that is supposed to light up. But I was still curious, does the stem light up? And yes, well, partly, not all of it, but part. But if you do want that to light up as well, make sure you do a cutout that will work for that. If the beads are in such pieces, I recommend you do it with transparent tape or plastic, just so everything would hold its shape. With craft wire, beads, and craft leaves, I've got this. However, it has to dry. I'm checking if the ceiling is right for Brina sparkles. And it is, because I wanted to leave the space for LED lights to work. So, that's what's going on. I kind of want a hanging basket storage area to be added to the ceiling. So, let's make the basket using seashells. So we have seashells. Now you need fabric scraps to make the basket handle. However, it will be hanging in the ceiling. So we're going to use glue. I use this one. And now we're going to glue it onto the seashell. Like this, and we're going to let it dry. They now look like this. They have to dry, and after they dry, I'm going to color them to make them look like made out of pine wood, and then I'm going to decorate them and put them on the ceiling with the help of wire. And while they are drying, you can always get it ready and set up for it. So I've stitched the wires for the basket to the ceiling. If there's the stitching visible and you kind of don't like what it looks right now, you can always go the Maja Szewczak route with this and cover it up in a stylized way, like I already did with those apples or whatever that fruit is. Looks a bit like oranges, but okay. So yep, you can always stylize those marks and make it look like a fruit tree branches. So it looks like those marks were actually intentional and not like an accident. Now it's time to give it a pine color. Hopefully this marker will work for this. It turns out I will have to use this and this to make the effect. So now the pine one is on the wire. And can you see the difference between this and this? This is pine wood and this is white. I do want to mix up with white baskets, so I will put a white one here. And this one will be colored walnut, which is a darkened wooden color. So this is going to be walnut, which is darker wood. Let's make a dark walnut wood color. So for it, I've been using this green gray and burnt orange mix. So now I'm going to repeat it for the rest of the basket. However, on the fabric part, it looks darker. So let's see. I may add a bit of black into it to get it as dark as it is on the fabric part. However, not like black, but walnut wood colored. Never thought I would be doing those wooden themes for my dollhouse items. I may look into different types of wood to color my dollhouse items for the rest of the episode. Just so it's autumn themed, leafed theme, and even parts are wooden themed. Like not using actual wood but colored like wood. Had fun experimenting with wooden colors. And I'm going to stylize the ceiling into an apple tree. There was someone doing electrical work, so I had to do voiceover in the house. So I was checking how to make the ceiling look good. And this area where the basement window was, I didn't like how it looked because it's not fitting for the leafy nature theme. So just the apple trees are so stylized with those baskets. And the cardboard feel of the window wasn't fitting for that. So I decided to make it look more fitting by coloring it green and adding flower sequins to make it look like daisies. So then I removed the cardboard and I've used glue and flower sequins to make it like a grassy area with daisies. There were people working on the electricity in the caravan while I filmed myself do it, so that's why the lights are going on and off in this clip. But I was using glue. Paint brushes are easier if I want the daisies all over the green grassy area, because it's very useful. Just make sure you wash the brushes so the glue wouldn't dry on the paint brushes but dry on the cardboard. Since the basement window looks prettier now, the daisies have to dry. Just wanted to show you what the ceiling looks like after I have decorated the window thing. So we're going to take that out and think of what to do here. I've made the ceiling look like pine wood. I thought of doing a dollhouse for Brina Sparkles, but I don't think this is fitting her. However, this could fit someone else, which I have to think about yet. So now I'm going to attach the ceiling to the basement. I'm going to finish the walls and the floor, and then you'll get to see the finished product. Here is the room with the ceiling, and that's how it looks like. Now I will show you the version with the LED lights. And this is the LED lights version, and wow, look at the apples. They're glowing in the dark. So it was a good idea to do the LED lights compartment. And there's something glowing here. You can see the LED lights in the daisies, but that's fine. Looks very interesting to have the lights compartment with the daisies combined. And the baskets, I do wish they could stay in a different position, but that's fine how they are. They're just decorations because they're so high up. Look. So here's the floor and that's the ceiling. So that's the result for this room. Now we're on the ground floor of the dollhouse. The bottom one is the basement. And this is the ground floor. We're going to make a ceiling with a plant in it. The most important part is the light. So I'm going to use this bead for the light in the ceiling, but I will not explain it again. I will just repeat all the steps I did for the apple one, but with this green rose. Okay, now we have this lamp. If I use LED lights with this, it will work just like a lamp, with the LED lights being the light bulb. We're going to use a bow, a needle, and some thread to make a plant for the dollhouse ceiling. So, adding in the thread, we're going to thread it here. We're going to use beads like this, and we're going to now stitch it on the ceiling and then do a stitch like this, and now we need more beads. Make sure the number of these is the same as this, just so it would be an even pot that is hanging on the ceiling. Now, make sure it's straight and even. Yep. Now knot it to close the stitch into it. And this is a hanging shelf made out of a bow and beads and thread. While I was making these shelves, I have leftover thread. If it's not green, then color it green with a marker. Then we are going to glue it to the ceiling. You can also do all sorts of patterns to create a flower stem. And you can use gemstone flowers to decorate it and give it some flowers. Like this. If you have green flower gems, you can always cut them and make leaves. And glue them like this. Time for it to dry. I want this to be fixed permanently because of the blue flowers already attached to the ceiling. You can cut off the beads bottom to add a press stud if you want the pineapple beads to be removable, but I'm okay in that case of the flowers on the ceiling, with it being permanently fixed into this position. So stitching it on the bow when you want it to be fixed into permanent position, cutting and press studs would be the one if you prefer to have it removable from the ceiling. like those shelves. So I'm going to add more green to turn this into an actual plant. I'll have to let it dry before I can do any more of it. And this is the dried result of it. And that is the finished ceiling. Didn't have to use the LED lights. The lamp in my studio is already lighting up the lamp in the ceiling. And that's the end of the episode. So these were the life hacks you can do for doll ceilings. What do you think of them? Please tell me in the comments. And bye, Szewczak. See you in another video. Bye.